What's good, guys? We're back for another shave, much anticipated shave. So we'll get right into it for the gear. New release. This was sent to me by Lothur, just letting you guys know. But I will probably be buying a backup set after this video because I really enjoy this. So this is Namkha, and like I said, by Lothur Grooming in the V2 base. Really excited that I was able to get this. It was anticipated for about a month. And I think it's a beautiful scent. So this is inspired by Paolo, sorry, I can't pronounce it, by Diptyque. It's a niche fragrance brand, and really enjoy it. I think I sampled it about like 4 months ago, and the first thing I said after I got it, smelled it, was it was my favorite oud scent. So I was very happy to hear he was making something based on that scent. So, and then we'll be going with the Karve aluminum. This is the seat plate with the wide body. I believe I'm using a Gillette. Let's see. Is it a silver blue? Who knows? I haven't used this razor a ton. Yeah, Gillette silver blue. And then this is the, like I said, the seat plate, which I don't think I've used any aluminum on this channel. So I'll go over that a bit. So should be a good shave. We only have like a day's growth. I just must have got like a really close shave yesterday because I feel like I don't have much hair, but that's how it goes sometimes. So let me wet the face and we'll get into it. All right, cool. Hope you guys have been doing well, having a great week of shaves. It's finally starting to get a little chilly here. Oh, I'm going with the Black Eagle Buffalo Attack HT1. Essentially still my favorite brush, so cool. So yeah, so to me, this set is very interesting. So I have not a crazy amount of experience with when it comes to wet shaving oud scents. I've tried King of Oud by Holy Cow. I've tried, what else did I try? Incense and Oud by Grooming Department. And I've tried Number One, which a lot of people have asked me about that, how it compares to Number One. And to me, this is completely different. So the oud accord that was done in this scent is very, very close to kind of what it smells like in a niche perfume. What kind of reminds me of a little bit is kind of like the oud line from Mason Francis Kurkdjian. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but they're actually known for making the very popular Baccarat Rouge 540. I'm sure you guys might have heard of that. It's not like a dead ringer or anything, but the oud accord in it is very similar in my opinion. It's not like, to me, it's not like really barnyardy, but it's got like that oud stink to it. But for me, it's not overwhelming. If you've never smelled oud before, it might definitely be a learning curve. If you're a fresh boy, if you like citrus predominantly in most of your scents, this scent is probably not for you. I'll be straight up. It's just not. But as someone who's really into oud scents, rose, things of that nature, this to me was like something I really wanted. To me, the oud is done so well. Like I still have the scent Number One, but the oud in that done by Byron doesn't really come close to this in my opinion. But yeah, fantastic. So yeah, like I said, you get the oud first, and then it's kind of followed by these like sweet, like this sweet ambery rose. The rose is definitely in the background here. It's like it's unmistakably there, but it's not as prominent as it is in like a lot of other rose scents I've tried with other things. Like Number One, for example, that's got a lot more rose going on. This has it in the background, and I'd say amber is kind of like the next strongest thing. A little bit of amber vanilla going on. I don't have the scent notes on hand, but yeah, it's basically what I get. And I have to really get a bottle of that the teak now at this point to match. So really excited. And he did debut his Splash, the Artisan, Johnny. So yeah, excited to give that another go. I did use this set last night. I wanted to get like a feel for the scent before I kind of went on camera. But yeah, I hope you guys have been good with having good shaves. Man, I do not pick up this brush enough. It's too good. So I loaded for almost a minute. Yeah, about a minute. The reason being is this has really high gel tips going on, and I noticed he made the soap quite a bit harder. I think some people were criticizing how soft the soap was. So I did notice that, so I did load a little bit longer. But it was never a problem either way. In general, I used to care how hard and how soft some soaps are. But what I noticed is over time, they kind of harden anyways. And if they're softer, that just means I kind of have to load less. It's kind of like the same thing if you think about it. You just load less time and you're not going to use as much soap. Yeah, because a lot of people feel they don't get the same value out of a soap if it's like super, don't get me wrong, if it's like cream soft, like actual cream, and it's like disgusting after loading the brush, I get it. That's not fun. But for me, the V1 was never really an issue. It was about just a little bit harder than some of the fresh milk steaks I got, and many people are happy with milk steak. But depends on the person. I could probably lather this brush like for like an hour. But yeah, we're just adding some water here. See if we could get a good lather going. It is coming together. Yeah, I'd say the scent strength is definitely kicked up a notch. Yeah, this is like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'd say 6 or 7. If I could guess a number or give you an idea. Yeah, so yeah, I thought since I didn't have a ton of growth, I would definitely go for that C plate. I have like plates C through E right now. Those bigger gap plates I'll use on the channel at some point. They're not as smooth, so I don't reach for them as often. But if I had like 2 days growth, I'd probably reach for the F or the E for sure, or even the D. I mean, I don't think it's redundant because everyone has different preferences, but it might be redundant owning like all of those plates. So, all right, the lather should be good. It's flopping a little bit on itself, like folding. Just keep working it. Painting a ton of water in. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep. Nice. Nice, that'll have to do. Made a mess. But yeah, it's over here on the East Coast, it's finally getting like chilly this week. I'm more of a hot, warm weather guy. I love my cold weather scents, but I'm definitely more of a warm weather guy, but it is what it is. So the Karve, oh yeah, great residual. That's when I know I hydrated it. The Karve C plate, very interesting plate. Yeah, it's feels very nice actually. A couple things I want to say on this razor is the C plate, at least it's got just a pinch of blade feel. Very little blade feel in my opinion. And it's almost kind of like sneaky in that regard. It might make you want to, at least me, in my experience, at times when I first got it, it would make me put more pressure down than I needed to. And that would cause some irritation for sure, which is a user error. It's not a fault of the razor, but something I had to really be mindful and cognizant of is not to add too much pressure. But it's extremely smooth. So yeah, you have to really just trust that there's little blade feel and know that it's cutting. Probably rely on the audio feedback. You don't want to let the lack of blade feel determine how much pressure you should use, which is my mistake. But once you kind of master it, get used to it, it's a very nice gap and razor to own. I really have no real complaints. Yeah, first pass went super smooth. I actually took this razor, I made this razor like my travel razor, and I got great shaves with it. So I got some more shaves in with it and no complaints. Let's see. Yeah, I probably should have loaded like, maybe 40 seconds, because even though it's jelly and it's harder, the soap, it's just can take a lot of water. So you can kind of just keep working it in. All right, that's nice. Yeah, but in my opinion, this scent is like, it's a banger. It's definitely, I don't think it's for everyone, but if you're open to oud scents, like if you're familiar with what oud is, you like the smell of oud, I think this is a very well done scent in terms of oud scents, because that's pretty much what I get, with a little bit of ambery, vanilla, and rose kind of to complement it. But yeah, definitely want to get that bottle now of Diptyque. Really cool. Yeah, so with this razor, what I realized, I was actually speaking to Jack over from the virtual groom room, and I'm sure you guys know, if you know of him, he used to work for Karve, so and even before he worked for Karve, he was very familiar with the razor, because I think it was his favorite razor prior. But basically, yeah, he had like a ton of, he's very familiar with the razor. He has a ton of use with it. And I was getting not the best shaves with it, the Karve, and he gave me some pony ears. And what he told me was, you're basically using the wrong angle, dude. So what I've been using for like a year on my channel, or like months ago on my channel, I used to always say, I want to ride the top cap with the Karve, where I would just kind of ride the top cap. But what I failed to realize is that's not what you want to do. It's actually the opposite. So you kind of almost want to ride the base plate. So this would be kind of like a 45, but this is kind of where you want it to be. So most razors, give or take, would kind of be this angle, whereas this is kind of just, just enough where the blade just touches. So it's definitely a different angle. And then ever since he told me that, I tried it, and then I got much better shaves. So if you have the Karve, and if you're already having great shaves, then ignore what I'm saying, I guess. But if you're struggling to get good shaves out of the Karve, I would almost try to ride the base plate if you can, but not completely. You don't want to be like straight like this, obviously, but just enough where the blade is just barely touching, but coming from the base plate. Wow, okay, cool. Rinsed off, almost ready for the last pass here. Damn, this is almost as long as my straight razor shaves. That's when you know I'm talking too much. Yeah, now it's like super hydrated. Yeah, this is definitely a winter time scent in my opinion. I don't really find most ouds can be used in the summer. At least that's what most people have told me. It's very heavy. Not this is like super heavy, but you know, it's not as light as like a citrus, obviously. But really enjoying it. I kind of would like to see more like other artisans like make ouds. I mean, if the demand's not there and a lot of people don't like it, then fair enough. But I know, yeah. I mean, like I said, Holy Cow has that King of Oud. I got rid of that one. The set just got old for me. I liked it, but yeah. Yeah, so I found with the C plate, some areas I would have to touch up a little bit more than usual. Whereas if I had the D plate, less buffing is needed. But at the end of the day, both can get me to BBS, you know. It's not like a huge deal breaker. But if I had sensitive skin from like the day before shaving, this is definitely the plate I'm reaching for. Super comfortable. I know it's not going to irritate me more. I can buff on the same area very comfortably, as you guys can see. And you can still hear it cutting. I don't know if you guys can hear that feedback. The aluminum is very light. It reminds me of the titanium a bit, in that it's lightweight. I forgot what the weight was, but it's very nice. Just gonna put some lather here. Yeah, I didn't have a ton of growth. It was about a day, but I think I just got a really close shave yesterday. Ironically, I was using a straight, but it just worked out. Just touching up a bit. Here we go. Yeah, I mean with the D plate, like I said, I probably wouldn't have to touch it up as much, but it's very close. Not a problem with the residual slickness right now. It's still really slick. Yep, absolutely. All right, awesome. Shave is done. Let me rinse off and we'll get into the post. Oh yeah, I'm BVS now after that tiny bit of touch-ups. So after that 3 passes. So yeah, overall, if you have sensitive skin, I wouldn't go past the C plate. Honestly, the B is, for me, really lacked efficiency. I had to buff a lot when I used it. The A plate, like I couldn't even feel the blade. So for me, the best, the most balanced plate from Karve has got to be the C plate. It just is. D plate has that little bit more efficiency, but you definitely feel that blade more. It's not too bad in my opinion, but it's definitely not as comfortable as this. Yeah, so I think this is the most balanced. It gives you the most comfort and a good amount of efficiency. It's not like Blackbird efficient, but you know, it'll still get you to BBS. So yeah, if you've tried Karve and you don't like some of the other plates and you haven't tried the C, I'd give it a go if you have sensitive skin. But yeah, all in all, great shave. And we do have the matching splash here. Interesting, it's very concentrated. I noticed I put only a little bit and it was like, I could feel it. It was like too much, you know, the fragrance is up there. Yeah, that's probably too much, but go for it, which is kind of weird too. It's like completely clear, but it's weird in a good way, I guess. But oh yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely getting that oud amber accord. Very nice. I actually don't get as much rose in the splash, but really nice scent. I have a couple frags I could definitely pair with this up until when I get the bottle. Wow, great shave, especially after, you know, long day. So yeah, wrap up, like I said, Karve C plate, aluminum. I have to get that new aluminum plate, new aluminum handle on their website. You guys should check it out. It's got like a red tip, looks really cool. We use the Black Eagle Buffalo Tag HT1, and of course, Namkha from Lothur. So if you're looking into oud scent, you've never tried oud, you want something that's gonna challenge you a bit. If you're new to ouds, that is, then I'd give this a shot. If you're not sure, if you're like, you don't like dark scents, maybe pass on this and go for the next release, I guess. But personally, I enjoy it. All right, guys, that's it for the shave. Thanks for watching. Long video, but sorry about that. Have a good one, guys. Peace.